Today I'm here to show you one of the most talked about SUVs in the first quarter. That is the 2022 Land Cruiser 300 series. And this one has been redesigned by Toyota over the years, and now it's here in Ghana. Today I'm going to show you how this car feels inside, the exterior design, the several tech changes, all the bells and whistles that Toyota has added to the new series, and then the price. So let's get straight into it and see what we have for you. Just as any car manufacturer would want to repeatedly dominate the car market, they usually make huge changes to their flagship models, some of which are their favorite. And the Toyota Land Cruiser is one of Toyota's favorites. So they've changed the whole platform, even though it looks similar to the old one. This is a redesigned car altogether, both the exterior, the interior, and the off-road capabilities. The price too has been a little, jumped up because of the new settings and advanced materials used in it. So today I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this car. Previously, Toyota used to make the Land Cruiser as a pure off-roader, but later in the generations, the competition got keener. So Toyota decided to add luxury features and elements. So this car gradually grew up into a full-size semi-luxury SUV behind its big brother, the Lexus LX, kind of which something like what Mercedes-Benz did to the J-Class and the Jeep did to the Wrangler. So generations over, it became a luxury car that people wanted to buy. Thanks to Z Auto Trade for giving us the opportunity to shoot this car at their premise. Make sure that if you want to buy any car, being it in Kumasi or Accra, all over Ghana, make sure you contact CLARKCARSGH on these social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, everywhere. And then make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon and share to all your platforms so that we can grow the family and give you nice videos like these. I am Amos Clark, your favorite car guy, and you're watching CLARKCARSGH. So let's talk about the exterior of this car. And one of the prominent changes made is the grille. So the grille has become wider and taller. So checking the dimensions, you see Toyota increased the size of the grille and added this chrome accents here, which gives this car lots of presence, and also added chrome around the Toyota badge. You also have vents in here that helps cool the new engine that has been put inside there. Coming to this side, you have your LED lights here, your daytime running lights, and these sequential lights here, a bit like it was stolen from BMW or Jaguar. This side, you have your light washer, which when you go off-roading or you find dirt on your light, it pops up and clean it up for you. These vents here are totally closed though. It's doing no job. You also have chrome accents around the fog lights. You have your sensors here, one for the anti-collision and then lane keep assist. There are also vents here, down here, around the number plate. There are also chrome accents here, which make the car look like, stand out in this luxury segment. Another visible change that was given to the Toyota Land Cruiser was this huge dent here. It makes the car look very muscular and sexy, but what do you reckon? Is this a nice feature that Toyota has added? But because it looks a little bit practical, because when the rain falls, they all gather here and then falls down. So I think it's a nice feature added by Toyota. So apart from this being a little practical, I think it gives this car kind of a bold and a muscular look. Looking at it from a wide angle, I think this even looks bolder and muscular than a BMW X7 or a Mercedes-Benz GLS. What do you guys think? And from the side, you get 20-inch alloy wheels as standard, which is plated with chrome. I think Toyota has finally decided to make the Land Cruiser a luxury car because there is chrome everywhere, even on the wheels. So you get 20-inch, which is an all-terrain tires, which can be used for off-roading. So that is a very great one. And then you have deeper side skirts with a huge running board, which is stuck here. It is not electronic, so I think it should have been a luxury car. It should have been something like that. We have chrome here on the door mirrors, so I think there is chrome everywhere, even on the doors, on the door frame. You have your A pillar here. Your door handles also made with chrome here, and then that is actually what you get from the side. And then the greater change is this kind of a design here. On the previous one, you wouldn't even notice it was kind of an arc, other than this curved, square-like shaped. So I think that is basically what is different on the side. For a car of this price, I think one downside is this here. You still have a kind of key insertion unlock here, which can be replaced by a smart lock. At the age of 2022, I think Toyota should do more than just putting in your key to open your door. So I think this is a zunk here. From the back, that is where you notice the much changes made. So the back has been converted into like a square shaped, a bit like the G-Wagon, but you still have this similar tail lights here, which have several design accents in them, which make them look very nice. You have this roof spoiler here. You have one of your brake lights here, your wind shield wiper, and your big Toyota badge here. And then, of course, the car you just bought, the Land Cruiser. This one was given to us by Z Auto Trade. That is why you have this thing here. And then you have chrome also here, still with the chromeness. Some here at the brake lights, the back fog lights. And this is where you connect your towing bar. So this car can tow over 2,700 kilograms. If I'm not correct, please let me know in the comments. And then you still have chrome going on till here. And then your exhaust is right here, underneath here. And then that is where you also connect your spare tire. But one thing is the fuel petrol filter is right here. So if you want to connect bigger tires, I think you can. So it's one of the downsides of the new Toyota Land Cruiser. You basically have a reversing camera for you here, so that is something that should be standard. So very good there. And then this being the VX, this is the third trim in the model, so you get some more luxury features, better than the GX and the GXL. And then your sensors are right here. Being a 2022 car, you see you have lots of tech packed in this car, so your sensors are all around this bumper. So as I already said, even though this car has gotten many luxury features, it hasn't lost any of this off-road capability. So you still have a roof rail here, which helps you when you want to go off-roading. You can keep items on it, or you can still hold it and then, climb your car as you want it if you step in mud. So now that we have seen the changes that have been made outside, let's go inside and check what has been changed there too. But since we don't have many subscribers, they don't want to give this car to us and put it on the road. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, share, and then hit the bell icon, the like button, so that we can get more subscribers and then take this car out on the road for you to know how it feels to drive. So I think for the interior, several changes have been made, including the quality and overall design. So from the door panels, you have leather here, but this leather I think is very hard, so it's not really that good. But you have quite good metals used to make the door handles. You have this fake wooden trim here, and then the leather also extends from the wood trim to where your window controls are. And then you have memory seats, 3 for you that you can set for different kinds of drivers. So that is a very clever one. And then down here, plastic, definitely a Toyota, but you have door bins here that you can keep your items. And then you have a very huge sound speaker here. I heard this car has 16 speakers, so that is also a good one. So Toyota actually marketing this Land Cruiser series as a luxury car means you have electronically powered seating adjustments. That means to go forward, you can push this one here, so you can see my seat is moving forward. To go backwards, you push it up. You push it down, please, and then up. You can push it this, and then it's all done electronically. This being the third trim in the models, I think you still don't get electronically operated steering column. So this one is mechanical. You push this one and then you change it to the right height that you want, and then you lock it up again. You can turn your stability control all the way off with this button here, and then all your favorite buttons too can be customized here. This is where you open your fuel tank so that you can fill this car. This car, you will need more than 100 liters, probably 100 liters to fill this car up. And then this is where you open your bonnet. So basically that is what is happening on the driver's side. You have Land Cruiser written on your kick plates, so that is very nice, especially this one being the VX model. You are getting this, like, this is more of luxury to me, because you find these in the German counterparts. And then you have leather. This isn't any great leather, so on the dashboard, because this is not the top of the trim level, but you have a nice steering wheel with these wood frames here. You have buttons here to control your instrument cluster and then the infotainment. You also have leather here, and I must say this is not a nice leather to hold, so I think it's okay. And then you have your levers here to control your windshield wiper and others, the lights and all. Coming here, I'm happy Toyota left these knobs here to control the infotainment system and the climate, because being touchscreen, it will be a little bit difficult to use when you are driving. So you have your ventilated seats here, that you can control the temperature using these buttons here. Going up, that means you're increasing the temperature, and coming down, you're cooling yourself. And then you have your front and the rear, you can control all of them via the buttons here. You have physical knobs to control your volume, the maps, the power, the menu, the audio, and everything you want to control here is done with these physical buttons, which is very nice. One benefit you get from this VX model is you have perforated leather seats. They are also ventilated too, so with the push of buttons on the infotainment, this car can cool your bottom or your back, or you can heat it up when you are in the cold. And then you can also have massage functions too when you buy extra options. So that is a very nice one you can get with the 2022 model of the Land Cruisers. One annoying thing is, I don't know why Toyota decided to do this, but this is fake stitching here. I don't know why a car of this price, a luxury car of this status, you would like to put fake stitching on the dashboard. But the ones here are really real, and then they look nice, because they come from this side to the where the armrest is. But for the dashboard, I think that is a 0 for me. We have decent size cup holders. I didn't bring any bottle or cup to test this, but I think it's of decent size. One is way more has more depth than the other, so depending on your bottle size, you can keep them here. You have this wooden trim here also to keep the car look very nice and more luxurious. This side you have your armrest, and this armrest opens in like either way. So when you press this and you open it, it can open, and then you can also open it from the other passenger side. So once you open it, you have this here, a cool box, and this means that you have a fridge here, a very small fridge, but I think you can keep a bottle there that can be cooled. And then you have this here tray here. I think you can keep your coins or anything, but something that you can refrigerate. So I think it's a nice touch by Toyota. So I'm in the second row of the Land Cruiser 300, and you have colossal amount of space here. This car is very huge and wide, so you have bigger seats here at the back, and then the first seat is a little bit comfortable because you have decent amount of toe room, knee room, and headroom. I'm 5'10" tall, but I still have enough room to spare. And then the middle seat isn't one comfortable one, because you have this huge hump on the floor, which even if the person who sits in the middle is a little bit tiny, they have their shoulders pointing up to their chest, so it isn't something that is safe. And they also have perforated seats that can be ventilated. So I think this is Toyota also thought about the passengers in the second row. You have this here as your ISOFIX points, which can be detached like this. So very practical. If you want to fit your baby seats here, it will be very easy to connect it. You have these console here for your second row passengers. They can control their ventilation using these buttons here. You have two USB-Cs here for fast charging of your smartphones. You have these 12-volt sockets here and an HDMI port that you can connect these 10.3-inch screens at the back of your driver's seat and your front passenger seat. You can play video games or watch your movies and then relax at the back here. This is where your second row passengers enjoy their ventilation from. You have one here and other one at the side of the B pillar. So basically they can also ventilate themselves using the seats, because these are perforated. They can massage themselves and then also cool or heat themselves depending on the weather. Probably it might be in the night and then your passenger or your executive might want to read something. So Toyota made this kind of a spotlight for them, which looks very cool. They are LED, so they don't really hurt much of your eyes, and then you just turn them on and then different passengers can read their own books at the same time, because this light looks here and the other one looks at the other side. Perfect. In the second row, you also have an armrest here that you can pull down like this and then unleash the cup holders like this. See how they open for you, so luxurious. Oh, that is satisfying. Let me do it again. So that is your cup holders for your second row. So if you hate someone and you don't want them to sit here, you can just put this one down so that when they see, oh, they know that this car is already full. To get into the third row of the Land Cruiser 300 series, you have this lever here that you pull. So once you pull it, it automatically folds up. But one annoying thing is if the person sitting in front of the in front of this one is a little bit taller and then pushes this one way back, this one cannot go up fully. So then it lifts you up in the middle way, which you don't get a full flat floor for your storage. So that is a disadvantage.
God damn, it's Rob Beats.
So when it comes to practicality, I think this car is also one to commend. But I didn't bring a bottle to check the size, but you have decent size here where you can keep your bottles or probably a cup also. And then you have glove box. I think it is also made of leather here, and then inside is just made of plastic, which is a little bit annoying, because if you have something like a metal here and then you go over a bumpy road, it will start to scratch and make a little bit of noise. And then I wish they could put some lights here, because even the BMW X5 has lights inside that in the dark you can see, but it's very big and of decent size where you can keep your handbooks. Okay, so practicality continues here at the boot. So you have these lights here so that in the dark, you can light it up and then see whatever you have here. And these ones also are to control the seats here, so that when you don't want to do it from the side, you can also do it from here. And you have a 100 watts charger here, which you can plug and charge higher demanding equipments like your heaters and then others. And then you have these seat belts here for your third row, because they are also important. We don't want anyone to be dying in our Land Cruiser. So you have this fire extinguisher here that is for you. You might be in need of one. And then opening here, you have a little bit of storage here where you can keep some smaller items or sheets or something, anything that you want to take outside your house. So you have hooks here to also hang your things on so that they don't move inside and outside your car. Previously, this boot had a split tailgate, which you can fold this one down and then pull this one up, and you could really sit on it and have a coffee or something. But this year, the new generation, it has been changed to this wide and then continuous open boot. So this is how you open the boot. You have two ways, either by using the key, this button on the key, or using your hand to press this one. So this is how you open it with the key. You press and hold, and it electronically opens for you. And then once it opens up, you have this huge amount of storage for all your stuff. These ones you see here are the load covers and the floor mats, which this car hasn't been bought yet, so we can't remove them and put them inside. So once you put the seats, the second row down, you know you have a decrease in storage. So basically that is what is happening. So to close it back, you can use the key again, and then you press it and hold it, and it electronically close for you. Actually a soft close. You have a start stop button here to start your engine. So once you have the key around, I think you can just press this and the car turns on. So you have a full display here. I should lower this so that you guys can hear me. So you have a full display here, which is digital, but you have analog dials there, so that once you turn on the car, they all light up very nicely for you to know. And the inside one shows a little bit of information, but not like your German counterparts, because you know they are actually good in whatever they do. And you have your large screen infotainment here, which is 12.3 inches. It's very big. And then one cool feature here is you can push this button, and then the infotainment moves towards the driver, and then if you want your passenger to control it, you just push it here for the person. And then you have your navigations here. It's a touch screen, so your sat nav, where your current position, and then the compass and everything is here. You have your seat adjustments, everything here for your massaging, whether you want to heat or cool it. Your fan speed, everything can be controlled here, so which is pretty nice. You also have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as standard for this car, so that is a very nice feature also. And your music, you have FM and AM, your trip information, everything is here. So even though this is not high definition, I think it's equally good for this car of this price. But shamefully, these ones, you have also them in the new Yaris and others. I think Toyota could have given this one a step up over the Yaris, because these small cars cannot be compared to this one. I think I already talked about how this phone can charge wirelessly. So I have my S10e here, which is a wireless charging phone. So I just put it here, and then it's charging wirelessly. So that is a nice feature also. So I think in terms of the drive dynamics, I think these buttons and these options here can be better explained when we are on the road. But since you are not allowed to drive this car, I think we can't actually explain everything to you. You actually have 12-volt sockets and the USB-C here, fast chargers for your front passengers, actually the driver or any other person who gets to sit in front. So that is also a nice feature here. And you also have your sunglasses shade here, which you can put and then store them here. So actually very nice, practical. Your sunroof, which you have to pull this mechanically, and then you have this nice one. It's a little bit opaque, but I think to open it up, you have to press this, and electronically opens up for you. So can you imagine having a sunroof in a Land Cruiser? It makes it look like, you know, an executive thug. You have money and then you like to ball around, so it makes you feel more like a boss, even more than a Range Rover. I'm lying. So you can close it back by pressing the button here. So your blinds are shut, and then you close it back when you don't need it. So the Land Cruiser was actually made for high income earners, because this car is really packed with technology. Even though I've already said they are not up to the standards of the German marketers. You can control your satellite navigation on this small screen too. You can see your battery level, your odometer, and everything also here. So you can set it using these ones. You see, you can change all the menus, but they don't show much of information. So, but you have voice recognition inside. So something like this.
To start voice recognition, push the talk switch.
So they said I should push the talk switch. So
to start voice recognition, push the talk switch.
It just keeps on telling me this, but I don't know why. But one very sweet thing that would have been getting this car on the road is that after Toyota giving it a new engine, it was mated to a 10-speed gearbox. And then you have 6 different kinds of drive modes. You have the normal, the comfort, the sport, the sports plus, the eco, and the custom. So depending on how you feel like driving your car, the custom, you can decide to make your own drive height, your throttle response, and all. The normal, the car does it for you, and the sports plus, it increases throttle response and the gearbox response, and the steering becomes a little bit heavier. So as you drive the car along, you will know how to set your car and drive it safely to wherever you want to. As we previously talked about the back reversing camera, once you put the car on and then put it on reverse, I think you have this reversing camera, which is very bad because it looks like an old Nokia camera, which isn't really good, but at least you can see something, and it doesn't really cover the whole screen. Yeah, so basically that is what you get, which is very low definition. There has been several changes, and the changes include the engine that was given to this car. And at first you used to get the V8 all over across the trims, but now they've reduced everything because of the earth. They said they are saving the planet, everybody is going green, so they reduced the V8 to a V6, and this time you have a 3.5 liter V6, which a petrol, which pumps over 400 horsepower and then over 600 Newton meters of torque. And then you also have a 3.3 liter V6 diesel, which pumps over 300 horsepower and then a huge amount of 700 plus Newton meters of torque. So I think with the reduction in cylinders, you still have more power and more refinement in this Land Cruiser series. There are different trims that came with this Land Cruiser 300 series. It starts the lineup with the GX model. You have the GX, or the VX, the Sahara, and then you have a new sports SUV from the Land Cruiser 3 series, which is the GR Sport, which got its sportiness and all its tuneness from the GR Yaris that has been all over Europe now. And then you have the top of the trim, which is the Sahara ZX, which has all the bells and whistles. So you should know that one has the topmost price, which you have to have a lot of money, like some of the executives we have in the country. That is why you see most of them in the Land Cruisers. Due to the different and immense changes made by Toyota, this car now costs as much as its German counterparts. Talking of the likes of the Mercedes-Benz GLS, the BMW X7, and the Audi Q8, which is very weird because this car in the same segment as a German would be a very keen competition. Now, because this car still has its off-road capabilities, it gives it a step ahead. And on top of it, you are giving warranties. And being a Toyota, it is easier and cheaper to maintain and service compared to the other Germans. So let us know in the comments if this car is worth the price of any of these Germans. For all that we have seen today about the new Land Cruiser 300 series, I think this car about 60% fits its price. Because looking at that price, this car starts above $130,000 here. And for that, you can get a complete BMW X5 or maybe an Audi Q8. So looking at that, even though this is a bigger car, I think for a price range, someone would want to opt for a German luxury machine. But this isn't any bad machine, unless maybe I have to drive it and know how it feels. If the price can fit, it's also drive dynamics. But for now, I think to get this kind of car for that price, I think it's okay and cool for Africa, because trying to ship it yourself will be a bit of a faff. So if you're interested in getting any car like this or any other car, make sure you contact us. The links to our social media pages will be in the description. All the prices for the various streams will also be in the description. Make sure you text us, send us an email so that we can get you the best deals in Ghana. Thanks for watching.